Hey everyone, it's Keith here with Son of Swift Genealogical Pursuits. It is December 24th, 2024. So, Christmas Eve for those who celebrate. Happy holidays, everyone. But try to keep this pretty short, both this week and next week of being holiday day nights. This being Christmas Eve, next week being New Year's Eve. Uh, not, I'm going to have some time for research, but I don't want to spend too much time going on and on about things. First, let's do an update on where I am with uh, research that I found this week. And the first up was I got several hints on my ex's tree, the Angevine family tree, and that dealt with my spouse's mother's family, specifically the Johnsons and the Evans. Now, as you see here from the tree that I have open, uh, all right. Hold on, okay, so I got a notification of hints on Dolly Johnson here. Born 1880 in Langston, Alabama, died 1968 in Waurika, Oklahoma. Sorry, my dog is being noisy today. I'm broadcasting, by the way, tonight, not from my usual home in Lorton, Virginia, but at my parents' in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. So, so I got hints on Dolly Johnson and part of that, of course, was some more find a grave hints. And this time, I believe what came up was Genie Annette community trees, and that's someone who had birth, marriage, and death date, which is similar to what I had. I already had the find a grave, so I took this opportunity to go back and check the find a grave entry to make sure there was nothing I missed, both for her and her husband, Milton Haywood Evans. Looking through the entries there, her father, John Newton Johnson, and mother, Sarah. I wasn't finding much new, just sort of filling out some information. I was hoping to find more about her mother, Sarah Evergreen Parker. We have Jeannie Annette and Find a Grave, as you can see here. Now, other hints that have come up. Well, there's two. Well, there's even more showing up. Isn't this wonderful? All right, U.S. relocated cemeteries. Evergreen Johnson. That most likely be her. Death 1907. That matches. So I can go ahead and save that to the tree. And then we have her here as Evergreen Johnson living in Kinnemers and Kirby's, Marshall County, Alabama, with a child downing. Now let's see, that's 1880. Her husband, John Newton, would have still been alive. And the daughter, Dolly, would just be born that year, so she wouldn't show up most likely on that census. And we do know that Dolly was born in Alabama. It has it here as Langston. So I can go ahead and probably accept that 1880 census hint as well. Number 232. Spouse's name, John Johnson. That matches. Father's birthplace, Tennessee. Mother's North Carolina. That's just what I have. Yeah. Okay, and that fills in a whole bunch of family there. And John Johnson, that match. Yep. Can fill him in too. And then now I can fill in all the family so that hopefully Johnson being a very common name. So hopefully you can connect with cousins that be able to access my tree and share in the findings that I have. Okay. Now it did note the father born in Tennessee, mother born in North Carolina. I have her father, Elkanah Parker, is born in Tennessee, which matches, and her mother, Mary Dolly Dutton, and listed here as Tennessee, not North Carolina. So we'll see if anything comes up that might change that. I'm not seeing anything. So currently on the ignored hints, Mary McD Davis, Mary Jane Davis. Yeah. Okay. So haven't had a lot of time to do research this week because with the holidays we had I had rushed schedule last week and then worked yesterday catching up on stuff and then off today for the holiday and then I'm actually off from work for the next week and a half, but I have the ability to do research from here, so I'll be able to add more to that. And look, there's already a bunch more showing up. Ooh, including the infamous Michael Thomas Brown. Oh, this is the dark horse in my family tree that I've yet to fill. We know have his divorce record, birth record. Well, this would be not a record for his birth, but his kids' marriage records that matches what I have. And the records list his father's name as William, but it's last name Brown. It's going to be very common. Okay, so it's just showing me some of the same things I already knew. So nothing too much new there. All right. Continue to do some searching around on Find a Grave. You know, connection there. Brown. This is Billy Brown, my grandmother's brother. His grave, and found his entry. And no, the changes haven't been made to this yet, but I have went through and updated Helen, his sister, my grandmother's Find a Grave after I found it last week. And then, of course, there's the ongoing search for information about the intricacies of the Dieter, Mary Dieter, and the other Shovlins. So back to the tree that I have been working on this week mainly. And let's see, let's go back all the way. So we got Barker, we have Johnson, we have Patterson, Loveness. Lots of interesting names coming up here. Now, that was on the Johnson side. I did a lot of checking on the Evans side. You have Evans and Peters. Now, I was able to find, I had information here about Emmanuel Weaver Peters, born in Carter County, Tennessee in 1791, died 1869 in Meltonsville, Alabama. I was able to double check his Find a Grave entry. As I noticed the glitch, I highly recommend you do a complete check on Find a Grave because there's a lot more information there than what just ports over when you're adding him an ancestry. On his Find a Grave, it did have a second wife, Elizabeth Betsy Terrell. Now, I had known that he had another daughter, Marianne Peters, but didn't know the mother's name. And also, it had a different mother for him than the one I had listed for him. It had Elizabeth Emmeline Pierce. So I went ahead and made that change. So going to find that grave entry here, you see Manuel Weaver, Manuel Peters. Showed that he served in the War of 1812. That's the only picture photo added here by a Patty Huff Williams. But grave and that of his daughter next to him are marked by rocks. Married first to Delia Bennett, which is different than the name I have of his first wife. I believe Dutton. Then Sarah Patterson with sons and daughter Margaret. Margaret being the ancestor for my spouse. See, married to Mary Glasscock, and then to Elizabeth Betsy Trell, where we get Mary Polly Peters. And then son of Christian Christopher and Elizabeth Emmeline Pierce Peters. So no Find a Grave entry for them, but it at least had that information here. And I have no reason not to trust the history that was there. Now here you see William Edward Peters. This has a lot of stuff here. So you have a new design on Find a Grave. Nice picture showcase there. Information slightly differently formatted. And this is for one of the sons of Emmanuel Peters, showing his children, his siblings, his spouses. But a great number of pictures there. That's great to see. And I believe, yep, that's the obituary. Veteran of Union Army, died in Waco yesterday. So this is, Patty Huff Williams. She's been active updating this. Probably a common family member. 12 photos. So, wow. A lot of interesting information there. That is great to see. So I really do love Find a Grave. It's an easily accessible database. Log in, and that way you can share some of your family research finds there and hopefully connect with others. And if you live near a cemetery that has not been marked by Find a Grave, then this is a great activity for in the springtime when the weather's warmer to go out, photograph and mark graves. And then just copy the information you find on the gravestones. I've noticed quite a few Find a Grave entries where they didn't even copy the information off the gravestone. But just having this information out there, and it's taking volunteers to go out there to create this database, it will help people connect to their family history, help people find access to other documents, and just help further tell their story. All right, so real quick before we go to emails and the rest of it, sorry, just remember that thanks to this podcast brought to you by Sticker Mule. This week they've got custom 3x3 stickers, circle stickers, 19 for $50 if you sign up, and that's free shipping. Use the link in the description below, and you'll get a discount right there. Anything you want to put on stickers or other promotional products, Sticker Mule is a good way to go. You can also check out my store on TeePublic. That's tpublic.com/store/Swift to see the items that I have up there for sale. I don't believe I have the. Oh, yep, here we go. And you can see the various designs and things that I have up there. That's where I town of Morton, Virginia, the promotional things, different fun stuff. Anything you want to put up there and be able to sell online, you can do that. And it does t-shirts, it does bags, they do all kinds of stuff, pillows and tapestries. So you can use the link in the description below to sign up yourself if you would like to set up your own merch store. So use t.pub/slick at AS21 and be able to put your own artwork out there and get it going. And of course, this podcast is brought to you also powered by StreamYard, as you see up in the corner. Boy, my hat is sideways. This StreamYard allows me to be able to do this quick live streaming every week, and it's very easy to use. I'm using the free account here, and they're able to do all kinds of things to show off, and it's really enjoying it. Now, remember, you can follow me throughout the week on my Tumblr, sonofswift.tumblr.com, and if you have a question, you can reach out to me there, or email me, Shovlin, SEIBHLEIN @gmail.com. All right, going to the email this week. So first, let's look at the Google alerts for the surname searches. Let's see, Angevine. We have Cedar Creek head coach Jacob Angevine at the West Monroe Tri-Meet, Lincoln Parish. I guess that's Louisiana. Port Angeles basketball. Alex Angevine drove into the lane for a basket to give the Riders a lead with 45 seconds left. Nice. Scott Angevine on X, 8-year professional goalkeeper, Coastal Carolina. Obituary for Jean Louise Angevine, Lansing State Journal, most likely in Michigan, passed on December 14th, age 87. And we have an obituary for Chris Angevine from 2014, age 35. That is sad to see. A nice long life for Jean Louise, but on Chris, unfortunately, only 35. Then we have a home for sale on 1 and 45 Angevine Road in Warren, Connecticut. And then we have a Gordon Angevine obituary from 2018. Annalee is tough. An Instagram post shared by Craig Derek Angevine. Angevine meeting in Canada from shabkosh.com. Okay. Angevine Farm in Warren, Connecticut. Wayne M. Angevine, Publications, Energy Analysis, and Environmental Impacts, the Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory. Pamela Angevine trainer at Grand National Festival at the races. Race times. Interesting. 145 Angevine Road again. And their esports teams. There's Hodge Angevine. Artist similar to Pete Angevine, all about jazz. Sheila Angevine on Facebook, who absolutely loves clam chowder. Okay. Angeline Archives at Limpac. Bracelets faits mains aux gens massifs avec fermoir lettres personnalisées. Prix de façon. So, bracelets for sale. And Angevine Angers in traditional costume. And finally, Angevine Lake building lots for sale in Halifax. All right, switching next to the Shovlin families this week. First we have Brian E. Shovlin, passed on November 9th. Ashland, 56. It's near Pottsville. Lehigh Valley Hospital. So that's not too far from where I am right now, Gettysburg. So that's the distant cousin. Andrew Shovlin with Mercedes. Andrew again and again. All right. Kara Shovlin. Oh, Ron and Kara Shovlin from Shovlin Mattress Factory. Then we have Shovlin Mattress Factory again. Honorees from the NGBIA's 2024 Holiday Membership and Awards Celebration to Excellence in Disability Inclusion. Actually, no, that's not the one they won. But it's a YouTube video. So that's the next award. It's formatted there. It's kind of hard to read. Mercedes, Shovlin Mattress Factory, Danny Shovlin obituary from 2007, Eileen Shovlin on X, Katrina Shovlin hen weekend chicken boarding, Litico Country Store on Instagram, Marion Shovlin obituary from 2016, Mahjong and Sue Shovlin Sea Trail Master Association. Interesting. Sue Shovlin goes by Sadie, I guess. Alice Shovlin on TikTok. Michelle Shovlin, CRS of Apex Realty Group. So it's a realtor named Michelle Shovlin with one L. John Shovlin, MA in Kingston, Pennsylvania, on Nextdoor. Mandy Shovlin on TikTok. Lot 18, Raced and Reach. I don't see the connection there, but I'm sure there's one. Then Delaney Shovlin on TikTok, and finally Robin Shovlin on TikTok. I love him and he deserves a brother at Dachshund. Okay, so as a dog lover, I guess it just goes in the family, right, Sherlock? Now you're quiet. Okay. All right. Now the last thing I want to go over this week is Ancestry has sent me my year in review. So, as they say here, I am an enthusiast. 906 records on Ancestry. So let's see what comes up in the review here. Let's dive in. Viewed 906 records. Okay. Added 1,772 people. Hard work led to 39,966 hints. Now, some of those people added, of course, were on the test trees that I did for Book, Gartley, and Harrigan. Crosby, them. So not Sharon Fitzgerald. So those aren't full ads, but, could lead to something. Person you viewed most was John O'Brien. Really? Yeah, I'm confused about that too, Sherlock. And you've added 3,268 records and photos to enrich your tree. That's mainly records. I haven't added many photos because photos can't be added for free too easily. So let's see what you've learned from your DNA. I did, of course, a check on the DNAs earlier. Here, boy. Sherlock. I don't know what you're barking at. All right, you're connected with 1,553 DNA matches. Added more regions this year, and 8 of your regions changed. Yeah, that's always updating. You have 7 journeys that show where your ancestors lived and moved. I didn't see any in South America, so that must just be the common graphic. Top highlights. Everything listed there. And so many hints discovered that it is not formatted properly. All right. And of course, review potential ancestors. So, of course, it wants to get me right back into it. And of course, back to d'Anjou. Okay. Well, that's my year review on Ancestry. Oh, there's a new hint. Mary Huddleston. Okay. That's something more to look into. I have it now. It's 11:46. It's been about 20 minutes. I think that's enough. Have a Merry Christmas for those who celebrate. There's Festivus yesterday, Hanukkah is coming up, and of course Kwanzaa next week. So whatever you celebrate, worship, whichever, I wish you the best this holiday season. There are a lot of times that you take into things account. You never know what life is going to throw your way. I've had a great number of friends that have lost parents this year, and just when I started to let that sink in, a friend of mine from high school passed just this past weekend. So it is shocking. You can never know what might come your way. So do your best to leave your mark when you can. If you're a genealogist, amateur genealogist like me, then do your research, be able to share this with your family, and that they remember how you help them know more. So thank you for watching. I don't see anyone watching right now, but of course, thank you for those watching on YouTube later. Usually you get up to 30 to 80 views. I'd love to see more. And of course, if you have anything you would like to add, anything you want to share, you can do that in the comments below. Or then, of course, email me or sonofswift.tumblr.com. Thank you for watching. Next week, we're going to be on New Year's Eve, so we're going to do a full year in review of what I've found in research this year. So this week was the Ancestry Year review. Next week will be me really breaking down new things I found this year and new things to look forward to in the year to come. Thanks for watching.